I'm glad to be here today to share a little bit of my story with you of the horrendous past, the abuse, the heartache of my childhood. For 13 and a half years, I was a victim of severe child abuse behind the closed doors of my own home. I didn't know till years later that many people in the community knew what Maury Blair was going through, but no one wanted to get involved. My mom made some wrong choices. She married men who weren't faithful, who were alcoholics. 2 of them were violent. She wound up marrying a man and bringing me into his home. He had warned her he did not want me in his home. She'd been married to his brother. She had 3 children. She goes over to the United States, gets involved with my dad, who was American, comes back pregnant. He wants to marry her, but the deal is I'm to go. My mother agrees to that deal, marries the man, changes her mind, and brings me into the home. And that's when it all started for me. The very first day I was there, he walked into the house and saw me for the first time, exploded in a rage, and kicked me like a football against the wall. I was unconscious. My brother thought I was dead, the older brother, picked me up, held me in his arms. When my eyes opened, he looked down at me and said, "Maury, it isn't going to be good for you to be in this house because my new dad hates you already." From that point on, I was isolated, raised in the dark, never ate a meal at the table, never had birthdays, never had Christmas. I am an unwanted child like so many kids in our world today, violated, cursed, and beaten by the stepfather. He goes to work at 7 in the morning. He works till 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, he's home looking for me. Where am I? In the cold weather, I am upstairs in the boys' bedroom. I can't have a light on. I can't come down for meals. If there's any food left over, my brother sneak it to me after supper, and I wolf it down in the dark so he won't catch me eating because he will not let me be part of his family. I'm up there waiting. It's an awful thing for a child to be trapped in an environment where they can do nothing. I'm waiting. I know he'll be home at any moment because I can smell food cooking. My stomach is aching. I'm hungry, but that's not my big fear. He's coming home. The door slams and the cursing begins. And up those stairs he comes. He hunts me down in the dark, calling me foul names that I can't even repeat in public, picks me up, bashes me against the wall, leaves me unconscious on the floor. He goes down and has his supper. 2 brothers sneak up to make sure I'm okay and give the report to Mom because she can't show me any interest or he'll beat her up too. Other times he comes home and he sneaks in. I don't know he's home. I'm lying there waiting, knowing he'll be home any minute. I hear that creak on the stairs that says he's coming for me. I sneak under a bed and just lay there and wait. He doesn't put the light on. It's too easy. He'll hunt me down in the dark. The stench of the alcohol, the cursing, then he finds me, he drags me out, he bashes me, he beats me up and leaves me lying on the floor. Looking back though, over the years now, I would say the worst thing he did to me was when he just stood in the doorway. He didn't have the same amount of consumption of alcohol, he stands in the doorway. So he hasn't flipped out yet. He's cursing. I stand by the window, I hold my breath, I clench my fists and talk to my mind. I can do it, I gotta stand still, I can't move. If I move, it'll trigger it. He stands there and describes me in terms, even though I don't understand them, are foul, they're ugly, I'm a piece of garbage, I'm of no value, I'd be better off dead. And I stand perfectly still and then he'll go downstairs. And I look back now as an adult and realize that the damage was done on the inside. Oh, I had bruises all over my body, broken, wounded kid, but the damage was on the inside. He was destroying me as a person. And I started to conjure up this image of myself. Maury Blair, you must be the foulest, ugliest human being on the face of the earth. You are good for nothing. So I started to live like that, function like that. I'm of no value. Even at school, I'm no good. I can't learn. I'm stupid. I'm dumb. It's a terrible place for a child to be in, and there's many of them in our world today. This goes on for 13 and a half years, and many people knew. There's people at school that knew. There's people in the neighborhood that knew. I found out years later, said, "Yeah, Maury, we knew about you." But never did anything to help. Of course, today it's a little different scene. We're trying to do more to help kids who have been battered and abused, but it was a terrible life. Suicide raged through my life. Violence raged in our home. We were dysfunctional kids. We were dysfunctional in the community. We were dysfunctional at home. It was a hellhole of abuse. My poor mother as a victim of wife battering and couldn't do anything to intercede for me. Only once do I remember put her on her knee, put her arms around me, and telling me she loved me. And then she had to get me upstairs before he got home, because if he found out I was down in that room and she was hugging me, oh, he'd go berserk. And one of the kids made a mistake when he came home. He said, "Hey, Dad, Maury was downstairs sitting at Mom's knee today. Isn't that cool?" They thought that was great. He went berserk, beat up my mother, beat up me, so she realized she had to go by his rules. It's his terms or no terms if I was going to survive.